All right, we will put you right there. Welcome to another video, everybody. My name is Ralli Roots, and for the past 9 years, we've been full-time resellers, selling mainly on platforms like eBay, Amazon, more recently, Whatnot, Instagram, places like that. But a lot of our sales come from eBay. So I think what I'm going to do in today's video is I'm going to start the video out with a little eBay tip. We're currently in the summer slowdown period. There's a period during the summer months where eBay sales for a lot of people, a lot of sellers, seem to be a little bit declined. So, and what is today? It's the 25th of June, June 25th. So right in the start of the summer. Summer just started June 21st, I believe was the summer solstice. Anyway, so I'm going to start today's video off with a little eBay tip. If you're not utilizing best offers, you should be. You should be. It makes sense just to put it on. We put it on every single one of our listings. Even if we don't want to accept a best offer, it's good to have it on there. It gives you a little bit of a boost in search. That's from eBay. eBay said that. And also, you never know what's going to happen from a best offer. The other thing that we don't do is put on auto decline. So there's a feature where you can switch it on your listings where you can put on there like accept offers. But if someone sends you an offer less than what you want, it'll automatically decline that offer. And the principle that we practice and we preach is never rage decline. So let's say I have something listed for $100 and someone offers 20 bucks on that $100 item. Instinctually, you want to go rage. How dare you offer me 20% of what I listed the item for? Decline, rage decline. That's what we call rage declining. So we say never rage decline because in the past we've had that happen before where people will send us ridiculous offers. But really, a lot of the times those people are just looking for something off. They're like, what's the most money that I can get off? I'm just going to send an offer, a low offer, and see how much they'll actually take off the price. So they're just fishing for, the max amount they can get off. So we always say, counter the offer, send a little message along with it, and, tell them why it's a good deal. Say like, 20% off this item, free shipping if you do that or whatever. So, and then counter back. If we get an offer on a $100 item for $20, we counter back $80 and say, thank you for your offer, blah, blah, blah. We've turned that into a sale. So we've turned those low ball offers into sales on eBay. So there's your tip to start off today's video. Do turn on best offers and don't rage decline best offers when best offers come in. So besides that, everybody, welcome to the channel. Again, my name is Ralli Roots, and this is a series that I've been doing. I'm calling it my Car Chronicles series. Whenever I have a longer drive, like today, I'm driving up to our warehouse. It's a 30-minute drive. So whenever I have a longer drive, I just switch the camera on and I kind of use this as it's become almost like therapy for me. I get to kind of just put my thoughts out there into the universe, and y'all help me in the comment section, and we all can kind of talk about things and, discuss stuff like people used to, friendly debates, and, just kind of talk about life and things. And I think that's really what I want to talk about today. I didn't write anything down or anything for this video. I'm just gonna say what I have to say. I think that a lot of times with reselling, especially like social media, with how social media is today, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, we're getting very short snippets of reality. So people are showing just the highs of their day, or your day is edited down into a 30-second clip, in a reel or a TikTok. And it's tough sometimes to see that and not know what the reality is. And I think that, we never want to be a channel that fakes anything. And sometimes, I've been around a lot of other influencers, not just in the reseller area, but just in general, like people who have a large social media following. And one thing that I've noticed, like a recent trend, it's not always been like this, but a recent trend is you see people like, they have to put on a show for their audience, right? So you'll see people like kind of hype themselves up before they start filming, and then they'll film what they have to say, And then as soon as they're done filming what they have to say, you see them immediately get depressed. And I've been guilty of this too, right? I get myself hyped up. I'm like, okay, I'm going to film this reel, or I'm going to film this video, and it's going to do really well. I'm going to get a lot of views and likes and clicks and make some money off of it. It's going to be great. So like, I'm excited to make the video, and I hype myself up, and then I make this video. And then as soon as it's done, as soon as the video is over, I go back to reality, to real Ryan. And I go from being hype and putting on a show and act. Not that I do that often. I try to be as real as possible. I think our channel is fairly real with what we show and do and how transparent we are with what we do. But sometimes it's happened in the past where you do that, and then afterwards you go back to your day. So just be aware of that, I guess, is what I'm saying. A lot of people out there are they're putting on a show, not even just in reselling, but they're putting on a show for views, for clicks, which is fine. Like, it's a job. That is a new job now. I understand that. Like, people use social media to make money, and I mean, I guess it would be the same thing as like if you hate your job at like a retail store, but you still put on a happy face to go in there and sell stuff and make sure people have a good experience. I guess it's the same thing for when people are filming a video, a YouTube video, or doing social media. I guess that would be a similar type thing. It's just the new age of that. I guess for me, it's just like, it's kind of unfortunate that social media and being an influencer was supposed to be this thing where it's like, hey, it's a dream job, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta make videos for fun, you gotta be creative and do what you want to do. And I've seen it turn into more of like a job. You know, it's monotonous to make a video over and over again. Make a video that you don't want to make as well. So anyway, I just wanted to say that to get that out of the way. But really what I want to talk about in today's video is the reality of our lives right now. I'm going to break this into business and personal. I'm going to start with business. So before I go into any of this, I just want to say we are very, very grateful where we are in life and business, and I'm not saying any of this stuff to complain. I know that if someone's watching this and they're in like a way worse situation than us, it might seem like I'm not being sympathetic to that situation, but also understand that, like, as you grow in life, different problems happen. Are they worse problems than other problems when you were in a different situation? I don't know. But as you grow, your problems might change, but there's still problems. You know, they say more money, more problems. I feel like that definitely has happened with our personal growth. You know, going back to when we first started our business, let's start there. We started our reselling business with $200, just going to yard sales and flipping stuff kind of on the side to make a little bit of extra money. And then that turned into the business that it is today. We've done millions of dollars online. And I'm not saying that to brag, I'm just giving you the perspective of where we came from and where we are now. It took us 9 years to get to where we are today. So now you know, sometimes I look back and I reflect. Yesterday I was, I just had this urge to like look back at some of our old YouTube videos, and I didn't even go back that far. I went back to 2021 just to kind of like, you know, look back 3 years ago. Oh no, I did go very far back. I went back to the videos that we did in Iceland. And actually, let me talk about those, because that was kind of like the beginning of our YouTube career, reseller YouTube career. And I remember filming those videos in Iceland. We did this trip, right, with some friends where we went to Iceland, and then from Iceland we went to Scotland, Ireland, and England. We did a month-long trip. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. But I remember filming. I filmed all of those videos on my iPhone that I had at the time, and we had 7,000 subscribers on YouTube at that point, which I was ecstatic about. Don't get me wrong. I was really, really excited about it. But I mean, I was filming those travel vlogs like we were in the millions of subscribers. It was a lot of fun to do that, to film that way. And now, 8 years later on YouTube and over 1,000 videos made, I kind of have to look back and reflect on that too and go, was I happier making videos at that time with 7,000 subscribers, not making any money on YouTube? Was I happier back then making videos than I am now making videos? And I think the answer is yes, I was. I was happier back then making those videos, making no money on YouTube yet. And maybe it's because I love the grind of building businesses and seeing that growth, you know, and eventually with reselling, and you'll see this across pretty much every single reselling YouTube channel out there, there comes a point where you are slightly stagnant on YouTube. If you look at like the biggest reseller YouTube channels out there, there's not even any with over 1 million subscribers. There might be a few close, you know, but there's none, I don't think, that I know of that are over 1 million subscribers, unless you want to, you know, group in like Pawn Stars or American Pickers or something like that. But I'm talking about like smaller non-TV show type resellers. I don't think there's anybody over 1 million. But you see this kind of like rapid growth with certain resellers. Some of them don't always do that, but with people like like us, like Josh, Harry Tornado, like Reezy Resells, you see this like big increase in subscribers and growth, and then kind of like a plateau, because there's only so many resellers out there. There's only so many reseller videos you can make before you've kind of tapped into the market. You know what I mean? And 8 years, 1,000 videos, 230,000 subscribers, there's kind of a point where we've made every video. And now we're just making the same videos over and over and over again, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But I think the big difference there is 8 years ago when we had 7,000 subscribers and we're not making any money off YouTube yet. The difference is we were purely doing it for the art form, the fun, the novelty of like creating this video diary that we can go back and watch, which it's obviously worked because I went back and watched this video. And then also to help people. That was the main reasons why we started YouTube, was to help people and to document our lives. That was why we started YouTube. And I think that that's something that I have to get back to. And this is my awakening, I guess, if you will, to try to get back to doing that. And I think I have kind of started transitioning back to doing that, you know, not making videos just for views. You may have noticed that, like this type of video. I don't care if this video gets 100 views. I don't care if it gets 1 view. Making these videos for ourselves, that's what we got to get back to. Anyway, I'm going to pause the video here because I just pulled up on a Goodwill retail store because I love to thrift, and that's a way to clear my head. So I'm going to get back into this. I have some kind of personal stuff to share with y'all in today's video. So stay tuned for that, or don't. I don't really care. We have 1,000 other videos. If you're just here to learn about reselling and see reselling related stuff, then please, this video probably isn't the right video for you. But if you want to hear about like the reality of what it is to be a successful reseller and the struggles that we're dealing with right now, stay tuned for the rest of this video. Anyway, I'm gonna run to this Goodwill store. Wish me luck. Let me see if I can find some stuff to flip. Well, I'm glad I stopped into that Goodwill because for $15, I got 2 pieces. I got this Mizzen and Main leeward shirt, which these don't sell for as much anymore. I paid $7 for it. I'm hoping to get about 30 bucks for this dress shirt. But on top of that, for, again, $6.98, I got this Dixon flannel Company Pennywise 2XL snap button in perfect condition. This is probably like a $50 to $60 flannel. Okie dokie, friends, getting back on the road here. Still got, what I got, 30 minutes to the warehouse. So we'll stop at that Goodwill. Like I said, I'm glad I went in there. That Dixon flannel especially was a great find. It's not a brand that I find very often out here. I found one in Colorado the last time we were out there, but you know, people don't really wear heavyweight flannels in Florida too much. So we don't find them at thrift stores too often. But anyway, let's go back into today's video. And again, hopefully you are enjoying today's vid. I know it's different from our regular vids, but sometimes it's nice just to turn the camera on and talk to y'all. So if you are enjoying today's vid, let me know in the comments. And if you want me to keep doing these car chronicles, let me know. I don't have to do them. Like I said, it's more just for me to get to get some stuff out there. But if you don't like them, tell me, and I could stop making them, I guess. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about some personal stuff that's been going on in our lives. I actually wanted to do this video with Allie, but she had to stay home today. But I think I'll bring her in for another video and kind of deep dive on what's happening. It revolves around our property. You know, if you've watched our channel for a little while, you probably know that we bought a property. Let's see, when did we buy it? 4 years ago? Almost 4 years ago? I think it was 4 years ago. Anyway, we bought this property, 5 acres, 2 big buildings on the property. The initial intention was to just run our business out of there, which we have been doing, and it's been working great. But about 3 years ago, we made the decision to move out there. We want to move out to the property and turn one of the buildings into it's called a barn dominium. So there's, like I said, there's 2 buildings out there. They're pole barn buildings, concrete pad, and then like steel building on there. And there's these things called barn dominiums. They're kind of all the rage right now, where you turn it into like this cool kind of industrial looking house. And that's what we want to do. So that's what we've been working on for the past like 3 years. We got a design firm to design a full everything with engineering stamps and approvals and all that good stuff. It was very expensive. It cost us like, I think $17,000 just to get that portion of everything done. I'm just going to give you a quick recap of some of the things that have happened over the past 3 years. So we did all that, and then we initially got a contractor to bid the project. We went with the contractor, they bid it out, and we said, all right, let's go. And then that contractor ended up being not a very good contractor. Let's say that. I believe he actually is out of business now, thankfully, because he did some stuff that he definitely shouldn't have done. So we ended up having to fire him and get a new contractor. In the middle of this, we did buy some stuff. We bought the windows, all of the windows for the build, which cost us, I have to go back and look at all the numbers, but I think the windows were like 30 grand, 25 to $30,000 or something like that. So we have those already. Those are paid for. So anyway, we have the design done. We have a new contractor. One of the hardest things to do, because this is a big build out, right? One of the hardest things to do was to get a loan, a construction loan, to do this, because we didn't want to do it with our own cash. It makes more sense to use the bank's money to build this out. But it took us a while to get a loan, because it's not a standard loan. It's a loan on a barn dominium, barn dominium build, even though we're just renovating the inside and, screening it in and all that stuff. But most of what's happening is purely on the inside. It's still pretty expensive to do this. And to get that loan, it took a bit of finagling to get it. But we got it done. So we got the loan done, and the contractor, our current contractor, which is a very good contractor, he took a portion of the loan when it closed, which he hasn't even used yet, but we have been having to pay interest on that portion of the loan, plus our closing fees or whatever it is. So it's like $70,000, $78,000, something like that we're currently paying interest on. Purely interest. The loan has not started yet because it's a construction loan. Okay. Now, we were supposed to start building the property 6 months ago. 5 months ago. 6 months. Yeah, 6 months ago. And there's just been issues after issues with the county. We're in Hillsborough County, Florida. And there's just been a lot of issues with trying to get them to approve the permits on this build. From rezoning it back to, it was initially, before we bought it, it was a church. So it wasn't zoned residential, even though it's in a residential area. We're surrounded by other houses. Because a church was using it, the building, it wasn't zoned residential. So we had to get it rezoned back to residential. And then we have to get a variance clearing. That's the newest issue that we've had. the building itself is slightly too close to our neighbor's property line, and even though the neighbor doesn't care at all, we're friends with the neighbors, and they do not care at all. We still have to get that sorted out because we're getting everything permitted, because if we ever go to sell the property, we want it to be, you know, fully licensed and inspected and permitted, so it's easy to sell in the future if we want to do that. Anyway, we just had that variance hearing, and it went okay. It was a quick hearing, but now we're waiting another 15 days for the county to get back to us on whether we can even do this build. And it's been, like I said, 3 years. It's been a long time, a lot of pain and effort and money to do this. And I'm just like, I think Allie and I both are, you know, you get so excited about something like this. Like, it's a new venture. It's a big move. It's something really cool that we want to do. And then you're just like knocked down over and over again by stuff that's completely out of your control. You know, like the first contractor being a shitty contractor, and then the county just over and over again, it's just been crazy. The loan took forever to get. Anyway, and again, this whole time we're paying interest on the loan that is just going into thin air, you know? So it's frustrating. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I know this is like first world problems, right? Like, we're lucky to have the property. We're lucky to have our other house that we can live in, and it's not, you know, it's not the end of the world. But I don't know about you, but like, do you ever get to the point in life where like things are just not going the right way? Like, nothing can just come together how you planned it or you want to see it come together. Do you ever just go, hey, I'm just gonna sell everything, like liquidate my life and move to Thailand? We have a friend, a really good close friend of mine. He was actually our roommate for 8 years, and he's one of my best friends. He was in our wedding. He's a really good dude, but he's lived in Thailand for the past 5 years, and he's staying at our house right now visiting us. And we've just been asking him all these questions about him living in Thailand, and it sounds pretty awesome. So I'm like doing the numbers in my head, you know. I'm like, okay, well, we own the property outright. So if we just like sold the property, sold our house, sold the other piece of land that we had, liquidated all of our assets, put it all in the stock market, and just lived off the interest, we could just liquidate everything and live off of the money that we have and basically retire in Thailand now if we wanted to do that. And I was like, all the headache of making this build happen, maybe someone's trying to tell us something and we should just give up and move to Thailand. But no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. But it's tempting. I'll tell you what, it's tempting. Anyway, it's just, it's frustrating. I guess I wanted to make this video to let you know, obviously, that's going on. We get the question on the property all the time. That seems to be like one of the most common things that people want to talk to us about, because it's one of the most exciting things that's happening in our lives is this property build. But it's frustrating when we have no answers. For the past like 6 months, we've had no answers, and everyone's always like, tell us about the property. What's going on with the property? We even made a second YouTube channel in preparation to make videos about the property called Ralli Roots Ranch. And it's like, we can't even make videos or update that because there's nothing going on. And I don't just want to make videos for the sake of making videos to build a channel and make it like a job. I don't want YouTube to be a job. I never wanted it to be a job. I want it to be fun for us. So yeah, I'm frustrated about that. So I guess the question of today's video would be, how do you deal with stress? How do you deal with frustration? Luckily, we have a good support system around us. Exercise has always been a way that I've dealt with depression and frustration over the years. I've talked about it a little bit in the past. I haven't gone too much into it, like the mental side of things that I've struggled with over the years, but maybe I will in the future, but not in today's video. But yeah, exercise is one of those things that I fluctuate. Obviously, right now, I'm not in the best physical health because I've been stressing so much and dealing with all this stuff. But I have started to take the steps to get back into being the healthiest that I can be, because I am the happiest when I am the healthiest. That is a thing for me. So that's one way that we deal with it. One of the other ways that we've always dealt with like stress in our lives is we've gone on vacation, we've gone on trips, and that has been something that we haven't really been able to do as well. Like, yes, we've been on a cruise, we've done these little trips here and there recently, but it's all to do with this build. We're like, we can't leave the country for too long because we have this build that's about to start, and once it starts, we have to be here to monitor it and make sure everything is going the right way. Even though, again, we do have a good contractor and everything's done, all the plans and everything's done, we still want to be here to be part of the build and film it and document it and make sure everything's going how we want it to go. So it's like we're stuck in this limbo of we can't go away. We're waiting for this build to happen. It's costing us money. It's not going right. And it's very, very stressful. And I know that it's not a stress that most people have. And if I was looking at us, I would probably say, quit your whining, quit your crying, and suck it up. Like, your lives are great. Shut up. But I'm just wanted to let you know that it's still a stress factor. And if you've noticed that stress or like some sadness in some of our past videos, and we're not able to just put on an act and put on a happy face, that's probably why, because our lives have been somewhat stressful for us lately. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the video here. That's enough complaining. But please leave a comment. I would love to hear some words of encouragement. Or if you hate us, tell us that we're stupid, and put some more negativity out there. That's fine too. No, seriously though, I would love to hear some words of encouragement right now. It would be very, very helpful. If you're into it, please pray for us. If you're not, please send us positive thoughts and vibes and whatever you want to do. We could just use some good energy right now. So anyway, thank you all so much. Love you, and I will see you on the next video.